loving my body. I'm loving all my loose-fitting clothes.
My waist is contoured. My belly is flat.
There's no booch anymore.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation. Call now or go to sonobello.com.
What happened?
The new $25 million Gold Rush Multiplier Scratch-Off just dropped, with massive prizes and even more ways to have fun.
We're in this together now.
The Florida Lottery. It's good fun.
If you always wanted a king-size mattress, here's a great offer from Rooms to Go. Now step up to a king mattress for the price of a queen, starting at $595. Choose from 3 great brands, starting at $595 at the Rooms to Go anniversary sale.
Walk with us at the Ed Ensign Best Buddies Friendship Walk, Saturday, April 5th.
Now at 10.
Developing now, a major earthquake shaking the ground in Southeast Asia. The rescue efforts now underway. New details on the man accused of shooting and killing a mother and her children. These South Florida students were excited for the trip of a lifetime, but instead they got a flight to nowhere. Plus, expect the roads to be ultra chaotic today as this...
But it's like he's trying to run a one-man band out there behind his seat. And leave comments below. This is a make or break season. He's got to make an impact. Good morning, everybody on here live. Welcome back to the Brandon Mason Show. But all of you guys are in here right now. We got a lot to talk about, something different, something new, a little trending change here. People in the chat, I see you guys coming into the building. Welcome to the show. And there's a new era making money out here. A lot of people coming to the chat this morning said, holy shit, Brandon's talking about money. I want to get some money. I learned how to do that. A lot of people in here have made money. Some people struggle with money on a daily basis. Some people struggle with money on a monthly basis. At the end of that month, when the rent is due, when the mortgage due, when the electric's due, all that stuff is due. We got some issues, right? People come to the end of the day, have to figure that out. At the bottom of the screen, you're going to see some stuff pop up. At the bottom, obviously, making money in this economy, making money in a new era. I'm going to pull these things up. You guys can see in the new era. Some other things will pop up as well. Negative to positive with the impact of inflation. And then we have here job security, pick a trade. Another one at the bottom, money management, creating opportunities. And lastly, making money, especially with the circle of friends. People come to the chat right now. We just started the live stream. People coming in here. Jeff Lee, good morning to you. Cap for life. What's going on? I appreciate you coming to the chat. And I seen your message. Hold on. Let me hit the button for you coming into the building. I see it right there.
Make some noise!
Brenda, how are you? Good morning to you. Pitbull Mama, good morning to you. Tracy, good morning to you. A lot of people are going to start coming in here today. We're talking about something different. And if you guys didn't know this, when I started my show initially, whatever, if you want to say episode or segment or whatever, was about money and the stock market and all that, because life was getting kind of crazy. And I kind of got back to what I love and I enjoy, with sports entertainment. But I said, we got to get on here today because the economy is doing some crazy things. And people are like, you're creating a show, you're doing this, you have this company. And people had some questions. People said, what other companies do you have? That was a question that I got several times. So I want to come on here today and make sure that I explain some of that. I'm going to break some things down for you, which will let some people come into the chat. And as you know, when we get going this morning, we're going to spin that wheel as soon as we get to over 100 people in the chat. 200 people, we spin it twice, and we got some information to give out. And also joining people to the Mason Mob. Brittany's joining us today. She saw that it said making some money in the live stream, so she popped in here. There's going to be a lot of people coming here today, in and out, that want to understand some of this stuff. And let me slow down for a second and just tell you, it is a new era now of making money. It's not what you're used to making, okay? Making money in this economy, how things are going, people losing their jobs, and that's why you're going to see me flip back and forth here from making money in this economy to making money in the new era. And there's a new era because there's a young generation. We're going to talk about social media today. We're going to dive into ways that you can actually make money, different trades that you can pick, right, to get started. Should you go to college? Should you go back to school? Some people sitting there 30, 40, 50 years old, 60 years old saying, do I need to get more education to start making some money? So I'm going to dive into that too today and slow down and let you guys know more of the story for today's show. So first things first, making money in this economy, right? Like people see these pictures all the time and it pops up on the screen. It's a stock market. It's financial disaster. It's crisis ahead. It's inflation. What's next? Debt, rates, retirement, depression. What's next for the economy? The scandal, global fear, right? It says losing fight against the economy. Like all these things. The bubble has to burst, right? All this shit is going on. And here's what I will tell you. Nobody has a crystal ball. People coming into the chat right now, as you get ready to see people coming in here, people are making $10,000 a year, $20,000 a year, $50,000, $100,000 a year, millionaires coming to the live stream as well. Everybody deals with different things at different times, right? That's first and foremost. Everyone deals with different things at different times. James looks twice in the building. How you doing, Jason Brophy? Love having you in the building. Hope I said your name right. Welcome to the chat. People from Canada in the building. Love having people coming into the building. I try not to forget where people are from. And I'm going to let, as this starts, it just started the live stream now. So people are going to start coming in here. And as you know, I'll repeat it again. We had over 100 people in the live stream. We spin that wheel. 200, we spin it twice. We try to give out money every single day on the platform. Now, let's dive into this. And I know I got this wire hanging from my headset. I got all this other shit to put on. It's just haven't upgraded all the things I want to put into effect yet. So what I want to tell you, we're going to start with this. Right now in the current state with the economy, people don't know what to do. People are losing their jobs everywhere. I don't care what job you're in. I don't care what line of work you're in. Lisa, welcome to the live stream as well. Coming to the chat. I appreciate you coming into the building.
Make some noise!
Depending on what line of work you're in, right? Tariffs being put in place. Trump's putting tariffs in place. People are like, they love Trump. Then they start seeing it affecting them. And then some people start getting upset about it. But the reality is there's going to be some tariffs put into effect to help America continue to build. You're going to see a lot of people struggling at first initially. It's going to happen. But what I'm going to tell you is in this economy right now, you have to start picking and choosing. And why I put on here making money in the new era is because there's a social media stream of young entrepreneurs and people that are finding ways to make money from home. There's people finding ways to make money, literally sitting at their house on their computers, doing different things in technology. If you go to the stores, right? If you go to the stores and you go to check out, you see all these machines now. Like you don't see people standing there as much because they found ways to use different tools and technology and AI and all this kind of stuff, right? So in the new era, you have to understand things that you might not have wanted to do in the past. Using your phones, using all these social streams. You've seen X, there was Twitter on here before. There's a different photo that popped up. TikTok, Facebook, Tumblr, YouTube, Pinterest, all these different ways. And obviously Twitter there is now X, right? So in the new era, there's a young generation that is taking jobs away from a lot of people. If you're 50 plus, and I'm not saying that because you're old, I'm just saying if you're 50 plus and you're in the live stream right now, you probably understand if you go to a job interview, you're going to see a lot of young, you're going to probably call them kids, right? 18, these kids, 16, probably even 14, 15, 16, these kids in that generation are very smart with technology, very smart with computers, very smart with emails, all the applications. They can do everything that a lot of people can't do. So we're going to dive into the piece of the pie I think you guys need to understand here as we move into the different era of money. I'm going to go into detail so you guys can understand some stuff. In the chat right now, you can put your age. It's okay. Cap said he's old. You're not old. Let's keep rocking and rolling here. The impact of inflation. And you're going to see these things pop up at the bottom. I'm going to go in detail. I'm just going to go through real quick, a quick synopsis, and then we're going to dive into it. The impact of inflation. As things keep getting more expensive and more expensive, your income probably is not going up for the most part, right? So the stress that you have is, hey, my shit costs more. I'm not making enough. How do I find that job that I can start to build money in my pocket? How do I find that side job? How do I find that measly amount of money that I can just pay my bills so I can get ahead? Right? A lot of people are working a job they don't have a passion for. And you're in the chat right now, put I love my job or I hate my fucking job. Like, drop it in the chat right now. This is important. This is important. Because as inflation continues to build, right? People are getting stressed out. Look at the grocery stores, right? You look at the grocery stores. Going here now is more stressful than ever. You just want to show up, right? You just want to show up and get your food, your drinks, whatever, right? You feel good about yourself. And then you realize that the shit's expensive. Right? And then people are starting to get stressed out. Like the inflation is getting out of control. So that's why I want to move into a piece of the pie here. I'm going to talk about social media and all that. But job security. House painter, home inspector, HVAC technician, plumber, electrician, landscape architect, construction manager. All these opportunities here, these are the abilities here to go out and get a trade instead of having to go to college for 4 years, 8 years, trying to become something, right? Trying to find that job that's going to work for you to put money on the table, food on the table, I should say. But the difficult part is getting there for 4 years and funding it and then finding a place to live at that whole time. So what I would tell you right now in today's age, right, after going to college, if you're in the chat right now, we have 100 people, we're giving out money today. Come into the building, smack the like button. We're talking about finance. I'm letting some people come in. I had to give a little introduction to this so we can dive into it. Picking a trade right now is so important because you know what? Those people that are plumbers out there, electricians out there, those people are making money right now. And they're continuing to make money right now. You can let somebody go, you can fire somebody, but guess what? Everybody knows they're an electrician. They work in that field. They work as a plumber. You can call them to fix your toilet. Those people are making money around the clock. It doesn't matter based on inflation. It doesn't matter based on people getting fired and terminated. It doesn't really matter because they continue to have those jobs, right? And if you look back in the day, a lot of people say, I don't want to be a freaking plumber. I don't want to go out there and do this. Well, guess what? It will be smart to know this and have this in your back pocket. That's first and foremost, to have a trade, any trade that you can do that can just give you a little bit of money. That's all I'm saying. RB's in the building. We appreciate you coming in.
Make some noise!
So job security, that's one important aspect of it, okay? Managing your money. Now, here's where things start to get interesting, okay? I'm going to dive into some of this right now. I think this is important. People out there with credit scores, not looking so good. Some people have great credit scores. But most people have a credit score where you're trying to push it like that, trying to push it over, trying to get to where you can get to have some kind of financial success in your mind. Why? Because you're like, I got a good credit score. Now I can get my car. I'm able to get my house because I see I have a good credit score. But now things are changing in this economy. They want to make sure, obviously, the credit to debt, that whole ratio, we've had that for a long time. People are lending money with lines of credits, with credit cards, how to move money around. I'm going to dive into that today as well to give you guys a little bit of understanding where you can use money to make money. Guys, you can use money to make money. Literally, if you're borrowing money, the biggest problem that I see, people money and go buy fun shit. And I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of that too. And the problem is, everybody talks about it. I'm going to tell you honestly, I come on here and I'm telling you this for a reason. There's things that I don't follow myself that I want to follow, right? Like, go get the line of credit, go get the money, use that money to make you money. You want to start a business? Get that money, put it toward business. I know a lot of people out there, friends, whatever, go out. They get those lines of credits. They go out there and they spend on a whole bunch of shit. They can't make the payment. Bankruptcy comes into play. You got to find a way to get yourself some money so you can actually use it to put you in a financial success to help make you some money. Fresh Boys in the building. How you doing? Sean Wiggins in the building. How you doing?
Make some noise!
In the chat right now, put where you're based at in the live stream. Put where you're based. A lot of people are going to start running into the building right now. Money's in the chat. Say, I told you about the Chiefs. No touchdowns. Probably don't remember. I remember. People coming to the chat. And Fresh Boy, we got you set up. We're sending Fresh Boy some money from the other day on the show through PayPal. He said he doesn't have PayPal. We're going to find a better way. Everyone coming to the chat right now. Tracy said, hi, Freshly. We got Washington, Boston, Texas. People coming to the chat right now. I greatly appreciate it. As soon as we had 100 people in the live stream, we're going to spin that wheel, give out some money. So now, look, I'm going to dive into a little further now. Give you a little touch up on it. Now, first things first. Guys, the circle of friends. This is number one. This is absolutely positively number one. Coming to the chat. Feel the Steel, how you doing?
Make some noise!
That's all right, Tracy. We know what you were trying to say, but freshly worked out. Freshly worked out. People coming to live stream right now. Listen, Will I Am, what's going on? Try to sell your names as I see them pop up on the screen here. As soon as you put a message in the chat, I kind of see your name pop up, kind of shout you out here in the live stream. Okay, now, circle of friends. This is number one. I'm going to read this for you guys to see. This is number one, and then we're going to really now, I kind of go live for a minute, let people start coming in so I can dive into the conversation a little better here. So hold on a second. I didn't even use a picture for this one, so I think I should actually pull one up. But the circle of friends is so important. And why this is important is every single day, actually, no, I have a great video here. Vaughn, I thought we pulled the video in here for a circle of friends. I got one right here. No, you know what? I got one right here. Circle of friends. Here it is. I got the picture. I just didn't put into place here. Here we go. Guys, the circle of friends that you have is so important. On a daily basis, if you're not hanging out with the right people, circling yourself around the right people on a daily basis, you're going to lose. You're going to lose the battle here. You're going to lose the battle. Here, check this. This is a little picture I want to pull up. And this, I think, is a picture of 50 Cent, actually. Here we go. Look at this for a second. Your circle of friends is your secret weapon to success. I mean, it really is. If you're hanging out with people, if you're the smallest person in your circle, they're going to level you up 100%. You might be stressed out at first. When you hang out with a bunch of people that make more than you, they dress better than you, they drive nicer cars than you. Those are materials, right? But here's the thing. Those people that have a lot of materials, they have a lot of financial success and mental success in their mind. They understand how to solve problems, right? They understand how to move money around. Okay, this is what I want to talk about. When you're growing up and you start businesses and you go get credit cards, you don't understand shit because in school, they don't teach you this stuff. They don't teach you this stuff in school. What do they teach you in school? Math, English, history, like you take a couple computer classes. I even took classes that kind of didn't even make sense in college too. It was like Asian philosophy or like some electives you can put on there that you need to graduate from college or whatever. People coming in here right now are like, I just want to make money. Like, how do I drive money into my pocket? Like, how do I go get a job? How do I apply? Number one is your circle of friends. That is absolutely number one. Because every day, if you hang out with those people that tell you, oh, you can't do this, or they give you bad information, or they don't have shit going on, you find yourself sitting there doing absolutely nothing, talking about nothing in the goddamn circle. By the way, again, coming to live stream right now, as soon as we get 100 people in the chat, we're spinning that wheel. We're going to dive into some of this right now a bit more. Your friends around you you're going to wake up and you're going to ask friends questions. When you overdraft that account, you're going to have questions. When you go to get that credit card, your friends are going to have relationships at the bank they introduce you to where you might not have to get a $1,000 credit. It might be a $10,000 credit card. Or it might be a line of credit that you want to get. They're going to show you how to get that line of credit so that money that comes in. By the way, people, you have to understand the difference of a loan and a line of credit. Okay, you have to understand the difference of a loan and a line of credit. A lot of people out there are like, I don't get a line of credit because I got to pay for that. A line of credit, okay, listen to this. A line of credit or a home equity line of credit. Have you guys heard of HELOC? You guys have heard of HELOC, right? A home equity line of credit is called a HELOC. HLOC, if you want to say, right? And you go get that HELOC. You want to get the biggest HELOC you can. Why? Because you don't pay on that money unless you use that money. People go out there and get loans. I'm going to get $1 million loan. I'm going to get a $500,000 loan. I'm going to get a $100,000 or I'm going to get a $20,000 loan. Or some people in the chat just want to get that $1,000 loan. When you get that loan, as soon as that shit is approved and you got it in your account, you are paying on that loan now because you got that money in your bank account. So you're paying on it. Whether you use the loan or not use the loan, you're paying on it. Why a HELOC? Some people in the chat know what I'm talking about. Some people don't. That's why I got to break it down. A HELOC. I'll put it in the chat right now. Excuse me. A HELOC, people. HLOC. Some people in here are like, okay, you're breaking it down to Finance 101. I got to do this to introduce the fact that we're going to start giving you some information, okay, on finance. Why? Because sports entertainment is huge, and people are like, okay, with the success in the economy, we're talking about Trump and all that in politics. I got to break down what's going on in the world so you can get ahead. Right? A lot of people are like the tariffs and this and that. I'll break it down so you can get ahead. The HELOC is an opportunity for you to get that large amount of money into your bank account that you don't have to use unless you need it. It's almost like a safety net too. But realistically, don't get a HELOC just to go shopping. Don't get a HELOC to buy cars. Don't get a HELOC to have fun. Don't get a line of credit to go out and buy shit you wish you had. Don't get a line of credit because, I'm going to go shopping tomorrow. I'm going to start looking better. Now, if you get a $20,000 line of credit, you want to get a couple things of clothes so you can look better at work, or you want to kind of use to like a business advantage, I'll give you that. But at the end of the day, you get that line of credit because you have a business opportunity. You find an opportunity where you can say, hey, look, this jobber, they might want me as a partner. Someone said, hey, I want to bring on another partner. I would not recommend restaurants at this time. I would not recommend certain things, even though restaurants are great to start and they're fun and all that. There's certain things I would not recommend. Okay, if you're in a business right now, you work in a certain line, some kind of industry, whatever, drop it in the chat right now what industry you are in. I want to see what kind of industry you guys are in the live stream right now. And if we had 100 people in the chat, we're giving out money today, so smack that like button. What industry are you in right now in this chat? Let me know the industry you guys are in right now so you guys know what's going on. And I have at the bottom of the screen, making money in this economy. Lisa says she's in warehousing. Jeff Lee, Social Security. Fresh Boy, security. Okay, where you working at? Security. You working at what places? Money said cabinet installer, granite. Awesome. I love that. The kitchen, you make a lot of money on kitchens. I'm just saying. Cabinet, he got the money name on there. You got to love the money name. Make
some noise.
And by the way, if you're stressed out right now, sit back and do what?
Smoke weed every day.
So look, I'm looking at this whole situation here. Fresh Boy, let me read some of these other people coming into the chat right now. Harvard, Brenda said, retired from banking. That's right. You know what's going on with the banking. Sean Wiggins said Best Buy. All right, people come to the chat right now. Where the hell you guys working? Drop it in the chat. James said construction erosion control operator. Okay, that sounds like you need to have a lot of information on that, right? Okay, Will.i.am said, see, this is the I'm not smart. Here we go. We're going to break this down even further. So when I started this, I kind of touched on it real quick. I was waiting for people to come to the chat, so I didn't break any details down yet. People say, tell me more. I'm going to tell you more. I just had to get the interest. People coming in, we're talking about something important. We're talking about money, right? So here we go. In this economy right now, I pulled this picture up with the scandal, stock market. By the way, if you don't know the stock market, don't put your money in the stock market. Crisis ahead, inflation, debt. I read all these things, right? Mortgage on the rise, savings, what's next in this economy, all this shit I just read, right? So here's a situation. We got 40 people in the building about to run it up right now. Making money in this economy, you have to be smarter, right? Really, you have to be smarter. Don't be that person that falls back and goes, I'm going to just collect. You know, there's a lot of people in here, if you have some kind of disability, it makes perfect sense. If you have a disability, you better go get the money. You better collect it. And good for you. You deserve it. You got an issue that most people don't have, and you got to work on that, and you got to collect it, and you should do that. Latoya's in the building.
Make some noise.
Latoya, how the hell are you doing, Latoya? We were coming here. We were talking about some money in here. You came running in. We're talking about where people are working. Latoya, where you working at nowadays? Let us know in the chat. Everyone's dropping it in there. And put your states in the chat. If you didn't put your state where you're based at, drop it in, because people have some different financial crisis based upon where they're at. If you're living right now in a state like Florida, where I'm based, I'm going to tell you why this is such a great state. People down here, so you know, we have no state income tax. Okay, everyone is federal. We have no state income tax. You look around the world, you know, a lot of people out there, we had this whole situation with Trump and all that. We talked about it. I'm going to break down. This is why this is going to kind of roll in the conversation here. Trump, obviously, Republican. A lot of people in Florida voted for Donald Trump. Do you realize the Republican states, how well they're doing financially? You take a look at places like Florida, places like Texas. Like, you look at these states, a lot of people are moving there, moving their companies there, have better tax rates. They're moving their stuff there because there's no state income tax. You understand that? If you're living in those states that are super liberal, super democratic, I'm just telling you the reality. I'm from up north, from Jersey, love it. I was born in Pennsylvania. I love it. It's kind of shifting. Jersey was a little more democratic. You've seen the Republicans stand up. It's kind of getting closer and closer. It was like 70-30. Now it's more like 60-40, even 55-45. It's getting closer. It's just shifting because people want to start putting money in their pocket and keeping it there, right? Like, that's the reality. People want to start keeping their money in their pocket. So places like New York, high tax rates. People like California, high tax rate. It is very hard to survive in a place like California when you make $100,000 a year and they take like 60, like literally you walk home, you're like, yo, all my money's gone. They're taking a large amount of money from you. So that's the first and foremost that I want to tell you. Where you're living is very important on your money. Money goes a lot further in certain places. Now, I'm not saying go to Florida and then move to Miami because Miami's expensive. We live in Miami, it's expensive. But you could move to Florida and have a great living and have literally save a shit ton of tax money, and you put all that money back in your pocket. That's something I wanted to say that was important. Now, let's get back to this piece I want to say. Your circle of friends. In here right now, how many friends do you consider best friends? Like literally best friends. A lot of people in here go, I got a best friend. I got one best friend. I got two best friends. I only have one friend. Like, people in here, it is impossible. It is impossible to get older and have like 10 best friends, right? Like, Best friends, and I'm talking about circle of friends you spend time with, those people you get to know, the ins and outs, you have an argument with, they're still your friends. Those people, it is so hard because it's like a relationship, right? Like you got to have a real relationship with your friend where it's like, this is my boy or this is my girl. You kind of go through rough times here and there, but these are your people, right? It's so hard to have that many great best friends. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Will.i.am said, I was a mechanic, then I got hit by a car. What? Will just said, Will said that he was a mechanic and got hit by a car. What's that going on? So, Will, you got hit by a car, so now what's going on now? You're not working and you're collecting, you're doing Social Security. What's going on with that? Let me read some of these messages right now. So, look, Lisa said 3. Tracy said 4. James said 0. 0 best friends, James. Is that right? Fresh Boy, 4. You have 4 best friends. Pibble Mama, 0. Sean Wiggins, I won $50,000 on a scratch off. The state of Maryland took $16,000. That is what I'm talking about. Like, they should have gave you $66,675. They should have gave you $66,000 and then took the 16, you could have got your 50,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of thing I'm saying. Like, people don't realize how much is taken away from them. And that's why I showed you this picture here. I thought that this was important. Your circle of friends is a secret weapon to your success, realistically. Like, it really is a secret. The people that are around you, when you wake up in the morning, right, and you get to work, if you wake up and your ass is on the couch and your friends are like, you try to call your friend and he goes, yo, I got to hit the office. You're going to start being like, I got to hit the office. Like, if you wake up and your friend's like, yo, you want to lay around and smoke and don't get me wrong, lay around and
smoke weed every day.
Nothing wrong with that. But if you're going to lay around and do that and you're not going to get no work done and your friend's doing that, you're not going to go very far. Let's be honest. Unless you hit some scratch offs yourself or whatever, at the end of the day, you're not going to go very far. So when I'm thinking about the situation, about your friends, I think in my head, my circle of friends. And I think about my circle of business friends, my circle of friends. You kind of put them in a category where it's like my friend, it's my business friend. Is it both? You're trying to figure that part out. Having close business friends will help you elevate on a daily basis because they're making moves all day long. Making money is hard. Keeping money is harder. Keeping money is a lot harder than you guys understand. But the new era, let's talk about the younger generation for a second. I'm going to talk about the social media for a second. People that are coming in here right now, you guys have an iPhone, Android, iPhone. It's hot in here, ain't it, V? Shit, we need to put the damn air on. It's hot. Yeah, throw it on. Yeah, put it on. Put it on cooler in here. Talk about money, get you freaking, whew. Okay, you're good. So at the end of the day, we're talking about the new era of how money is being made. We're talking about the younger generation of how they're making money in social media. Do you understand all these TikTokers? Do you understand all these people out there are working on, we had the OnlyFans conversation. These girls are making millions of dollars. A lot of these people do not want to work at McDonald's anymore. I'll tell you a story. I worked at McDonald's. My mom said, you got to get a job at McDonald's. Oh, that feels much better. My mom said, you got to get a job at McDonald's. I said, no, I just can't do that. It's not because of the pay. Well, part of the pay. It was like, I didn't want to look like I worked at McDonald's. That's how I was feeling at that particular time. I'm like, McDonald's. People working in management at McDonald's doing pretty damn good, some of those people. I didn't want to work there. So quick story. My mom takes me to McDonald's because she knew I was going to skip the interview. I was going to tell her some shit about why I didn't go. She takes me to the interview. And I'm sitting there. It was a half day of school. I'll never forget this shit, B. This shit was embarrassing. I'm sitting there, half day of school. I show up. And during the half day of school, my hometown, I'll tell you this, during the half days of school, they get early. People are walking up, going to get food and shit. And I'm sitting there in this shirt, my pants, and these shoes that my mom bought me. I think it was from Payless at the time. And I'm sitting there. And the lady that walks out to interview me for McDonald's is like, so what makes you want to work at McDonald's? She says it like that in front of everybody. I had friends walking in and shit. I was super embarrassed. What makes you want to work at McDonald's? And I felt like I was put into this was just my personality. I felt like if I was working at McDonald's, that shit wasn't going to work out. There's a lot of people in here right now. There's a lot of people in here right now that work at McDonald's or would definitely work at McDonald's or don't see a problem with it. I saw a problem with it because I felt like I wasn't respected. I felt like I wasn't getting respect from being in there in that uniform. They gave me this hat. I couldn't put the hat on. I'm not going to lie. I didn't do the hat. But then I sat in the drive-thru I started peeling Monopoly pieces. You know the Monopoly pieces that used to be on the large fries, V? The Monopoly pieces? I was peeling hundreds of them. They put them on the large drinks and the fries. What, did they put them on other things too? Just the large drink and the fries. All right. So I had the Monopoly board. The fry. I think I had them on the drink though. Guys, in the chat, you guys remember the Monopoly pieces? In the chat right now, who remembers the Monopoly pieces at McDonald's? I know when I went through McDonald's and I had to pull the Monopoly pieces off because I was trying to win the damn Monopoly. I was calling people in different states. I was trying to connect the dots. I thought if I pulled the Monopoly pieces off, I would actually, like, that would be my ticket. Because I guess if you had Park Place and Boardwalk, it was like $1 million or something like that. I pulled like 100 Monopoly pieces off. I got like 40 different free burgers. That shit didn't do shit for me. I was giving them out to people in there. And so I was so frustrated at the time because I didn't feel like I was respected in the drive-thru. And people come to the drive-thru like, you know, how much is it? And I'm like, you know, it's $10. Hey, Brandon, like your local friends are pulling up in the damn thing. And you got on this uniform with the McDonald's thing on here and the hat. And they're like, you got to put the hat on. I didn't want to wear the hat. Then they gave me a visor. I didn't want to wear the visor. It was a whole bunch of shit going on. I wasn't excited about that job. I had to get the hell out of there. So what I do, I came up with a story. I told my mom, I don't think she knows now, but I'm going to tell you the story. So I told my mom, listen, I said, those people up there, there's bad people up there. So I took a bike up there and the guy stole the bike. I left. I told my mom the guy stole the bike. There was problems, all that. I had the guy steal the bike on purpose. But the bike was stolen. I had to walk home. She didn't like that place anymore. So she said, yeah, forget that place. So I got a phone call from my aunt, actually, who worked at McDonald's as a manager. She worked in like corporate. And she goes, that's okay. We're going to transfer you to another location. She goes, what a God. They moved me up 22 by Home Depot. You know what it is? They moved me up the street. So now this what worked out. My mom was like, well, now I got to take you to work all the time. I said, shit, that sucks. Now I got to get a ride to work. That job didn't work out anymore because she had to drive my ass up to work, so she didn't take me anymore. That job was gone. But the moral of the story is I got a chance to see what it was like working at McDonald's, making a low wage, right, where I wasn't happy, smelling like grease. Ronnie's in the building. How you doing, Ronnie?
Make some noise!
Listen, at the end of the day, I wasn't excited about the McDonald's situation because of how I looked, right? And a lot of people coming here right now, you have to understand something. Ronnie said he worked at, my first job was at Burger King first job was at Burger King for work experience. That's one way to see it. The other way to see it is out of necessity to help moms. Also, it made me stronger and built my character. This is all true. That's all true, right? So at the end of the day, I worked at McDonald's, and I'm going to tell you a little story because I think it's important to understand that. I make plenty of money now. I have a lot of shit, but it didn't start like that. It definitely did not start like that. And I found ways to move money around. And how it started with, I had to get rid of some friends, right? I had a lot of friends around me that were getting in trouble. I'll be honest. My hometown had a lot of people getting in trouble, going to jail, people still in jail, people in prison, people doing even more shit as they get older, stealing and robbing, a whole bunch of shit's going on. But what I'm telling you is this. I had to get a better circle of friends. And what I saw working at McDonald's was the same people, and I'm not putting McDonald's down. I hate to say it like that because it's a learning experience. When you're young, you got to go through this. But I learned at a young age, the people that were going to stay there, like just stay there, working at like the front, just getting it, going home, just check to check, right? How much money do you make check to check? I'm going to break something down for you guys to understand why I'm talking about the new era. The check to check situation isn't working. McDonald's is, how much did McDonald's pay? $5. It was like at the time, it was like $6 an hour, $7 an hour. What does McDonald's pay now? V, do you know what McDonald's pays? What's the minimum wage? It's like 12 or something an hour. They got to pay you more than that, right? 13 something. In the chat, you guys know how much do you make an hour at McDonald's? Like, come on, in the chat right now, McDonald's, Burger King, fast food, Chick-fil-A, they send you to college, for God's sake. Chick-fil-A puts you into a freaking mission where they send you to college, teach you how to start a business. Like, Chick-fil-A is doing shit different. But $12 to $15. Okay, take a look at this for a second. Ryan, I know you didn't mean 116 in the chat. You mean 16, right? I think you mean 16. So here's what I'm saying. You know, I realized at a young age I didn't want to do that shit. It wasn't going to work for me. The young generation is making that money on social media, posting shit that you don't even care about. If you're watching this today, we got 50 people in live. Let's boost this shit up. Let's give out some money. Let's get 100 people in the chat and give out some money. Listen, if you're watching this right now and you want to make some money, I'm telling you this. Start your social media. Start your account. Start understanding what's going on. Continue your current job. Create your social media. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Rumble. They have all these new things. Lemonade. They got, there's so many different applications out there right now that you can create. And you can make a lot of money doing this shit from your house. You don't even have to be in the video. You can create an account that's about dogs and every day you post about dogs. Instagram's going to pay you. YouTube's going to pay you. TikTok's going to pay you. All these platforms are going to pay you. And guess what? That's going to make more than you're making at McDonald's. You can literally go to McDonald's and post that content, and then you're making double the money. Like this is, I want you guys to understand something, how shit works. You got to start adding value. You need another stream of income. How in the chat right now, how many streams of income do you got? 1, 2, 3 in the chat. How many income streams? How many income streams do you have in the chat right now? 1, 2, 3. Most people have one. And most people that have one stream of income, you can make a lot, but when that a lot slows down, that's when shit hits the fan, right? If you have 2 streams of income, guess what? One slows down, the other one goes up, you balance it. You want to get yourself, I'll be honest, a lot of people want to say 4 or 5. If you can get yourself to 3 streams of income, you're going to do just fine. Because now you're managing. You're managing your money, right? You're managing how you're actually bringing money in, because if one slows down, you work on the other one. You kind of bounce around. You become an owner of things, right? Anybody in here, real quick, while you're watching this, we got some financial, we went through the job security thing. I know we're kind of, in today's show, moving around a little bit because there was a lot of different facets you want to talk about. I didn't dial into one topic and stay with that. I want to kind of introduce the financial stuff here. Money management, this is one thing that I thought was important here. Let me move on to the piece. Here we go, money management. Talk about the credit score and all that. If you're watching this right now, right, and you have your streams of income, 1 or 2 or whatever, you're not making enough money, you got to learn how to move it around, right? And this is where people are like, how do you move it around? I'm not saying rob Peter to pay Paul. I'm not saying borrow money to spend. I'm just saying you got to understand how you use your money to give yourself opportunities to make money, right? And so what I do, I'll give you a little example of what I do. Okay, I started a business down here in the shipping business. Okay, I'm going to drop it in the chat so you guys can get an understanding of what I do. I'm going to drop it in the chat. If you guys haven't seen it, you could take a look at it. I'm just going to be full transparent with you guys here. I own a company called My Shipping Containers, okay? I started this business down here with a website. $0, people. $0, okay? Listen to this for a second. I started this company, My Shipping Containers. I was playing football at the time. I came down to Miami. I started this business with $0. And what did I do? I started telling people that I could sell containers, right? And so why I'm telling you this story is because I want you to understand that this company that has made millions of dollars came from $0, okay? People in the chat right now, some people are going to love this story. Okay, so I'm going to tell you this right now. James looked twice at single father, God of the work. Agree 100%. I started this company. I had 0 inventory. I had nothing, okay? I had nothing. And when I started this company, people started calling me because I was just telling people I sell containers. I put it on the internet. I have containers. I sell containers, yada, yada, yada. People started calling me for containers. I didn't even know I didn't even have to explain what I was doing. But what I did was, it goes back to your friend. I had a friend in the business who knew about the containers. And what I did was, I literally called, and I know a lot of people didn't know the story, and I'm kind of breaking it down. People coming in and out of the chat looking for money. I'm going to break this down so people understand more about me, especially the Mesa mob. That's what I care about the most. People in the chat right now. I didn't know anything about containers. So I called my friend on the phone and I said, hey, I'm trying to sell these containers. So I call him on 3-way. Hey, I got a guy wants to buy a 40-foot container. Put him on the phone. I didn't know shit. So I had to put him on the phone every single time they called. And every time I put him on the phone, he would work on selling the container. And I stole every single thing that he said. Literally everything he said, I just put it in my personality, right? So if you're sitting back today, the new era is start whatever you want. If you're interested in it, start it now. You want to sell pencils? Go on the computer right now. Pay attention, people. I'm telling you right now. It's so freaking cheap. You can start a company for $99. You can go to LegalZoom, and they're going to charge you a bunch of extra fees, but you can go on there for $300-400 or whatever. If you want to cancel some fees like $200, you create your company, okay? And when you start your company and start selling things, nobody knows that you don't have it. You buy from a lot of people right now in this live stream. You guys have bought from Amazon, right? You guys have bought from a lot of places where someone like you and me sitting there making a page and going, I have this, and they don't have shit. Like they're going to sell you a phone charger. They're going to sell you all this kind of shit that they don't even own, right? So if you're watching this now, all you got to do, and you can even go on LegalZoom. I'm going to drop it in the chat. LegalZoom. That's where I do all my companies. LegalZoom.com. Say you want to sell in the chat right now. Say you want to sell pencils. Okay. Go on there, pencil.com or 1-800-PENCIL or whatever you want to call it. Pencils online, whatever. Then all you do is you start that company, start your website, and then you just start looking around where you can buy pencils. And then guess what? You just source it. If you're buying the pencil for 20 cents, you sell the pencil for 30 cents. You're buying a pencil for 50 cents, sell it for 70 cents. The minute someone buys from you, you buy the pencil, you give it to them. Real simple. Basically, you are what's called a middleman, if you want to say. And everybody is a middleman. Unless you're the Apples of the world, and they're buying it from overseas. People are getting shit built all around the world. So people that are coming to the chat right now, if you want to start a company, it's really freaking easy. James, I appreciate you. I'm giving you information today. And listen, the reason why we're kind of all over is because, like I said, I wanted to introduce this financial thing to the platform so people can see we're talking about this. And I can prove all this stuff. And I'm going to do that because I'm going to show you stuff online of my stuff so you can see what I'm doing. Do not go into the stock market. People watching live right now, do not go into the stock market. Okay? Because if you don't understand the stock market, what you're going to do is you're going to go in there, you're going to make $5. You can go, oh, shit, I'm pretty good. You're going to put more and you're going to lose your money. That's what's going to happen. People watching, is anybody right now in the stock market? Right now, in the chat, you buying stock? Are you buying Bitcoin? What are you buying right now? You saw Bitcoin go all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down. The only way to invest in the stock market where you feel good about yourself is give your money to like Apple or Nike or Gatorade or those companies, because you know what? They go through ups and downs, but they have a pretty good trend of always going up, right? Google, Microsoft, like they're just going to always be trending up or whatever. And then if you go to the Bitcoins of the world, yeah, you can make money. 100% you can make money, but you can lose money so fast and the shit is so, look, don't do that. I'm telling you, and don't take my advice. I don't have a license to sell you financial. I don't have a license to teach you any of that. I'm just giving you my advice. If you don't understand the stock market, don't go into the stock market. You want to be a day trader, buying and selling, you're going to lose your ass. Just trust me when I tell you, it's not going to work. Okay? It's not going to work. What you need to do is put money into yourself. Make yourself look good. Make yourself feel good. Maybe get your hair done. Maybe get your hair cut. Buy a couple nice shirts and start hanging out with people that are doing shit, right? That's the whole point. A lot of people come on here and they tell you about investing. We'll do a whole real estate thing another day. But you know what happens is a lot of people come out here, and this is why I want to do this today, and they teach you all this shit that people already know. So if you start off with $100,000 in your checking account, it's freaking easy. You with me right now, people in the chat? People give you this advice. Hey, go out there and invest 20 grand. People don't have 20 grand. Like, that's the whole thing. Go out there and invest $10,000. People don't have $10,000. You know, even $5,000. Give me $5,000. People don't have $5,000 to give away most of the time. And this is the reality. You know, 1% of the world makes 100 grand. 1% of the world makes $100,000. 1%. And then over that, you know, you get to people 200,000, a million, whatever. But 1% makes six figures. So if you don't make six figures, don't feel bad about yourself. You just got to turn it up a little bit. Turn it up a notch, right? And that's why I'm giving you these opportunities. Know a trade, because guess what? When you go home at night and someone's like, hey, come fix my toilet. Boom, fix that toilet. Or can you fix my outlets? Boom, go make $200-300 a night. Come back home. You're making your regular money at your job, but then you found a way to put $200-300 maybe a week in your pocket. That turns into $1,000 really quick, people. And then you start looking at, how can I start making some serious money, right? That's what I'm talking about. Will Am said, I'm so broke, I can't afford to pay attention. That's what I'm saying. We got to get the Mason mob. Listen, we got to get the Mason mob getting money, right? If my goal today, and only goal today, is to get the Mason mob, people in here that are watching today, to start learning how to make some money. In this economy, get yourself some good friends. I'm not saying get yourself rich friends. I'm not saying get yourself white friends, black friends. I'm not saying Republicans, Democrat friends. I'm saying get yourself some friends that understand financial success and how to make money. Those people are going to guide you in the right direction all the time. And you know what's funny? You know what's funny? And I was just saying this morning. I have a friend of mine who was like, you know, I have friends that obviously do really well for themselves. But I have a friend of mine that's always asking you do this or do that. And he's like, I'll pay money to do this. And you're like, you're making thousands of dollars. And if your friend is worth $10 million or $20 million or $50 million, and he's throwing you 100 here, 100 here, 200 here, 200 here, to him, he's not giving you shit, but to you, you're on the come up right now. Are you guys with me right now? Do you guys understand what I'm saying right now? Like, this is reality, right? Like, this is real for people to, and that's why people start understanding that we actually do some money stuff in here. People are going to start coming in for sports entertainment, some money, some things that are happening with the economy. People are going to love this because I'm going to tell it like it is. I have rich friends that are like, hey, I started a construction company and that was going pretty damn good. I didn't have experience. Got my ass handed to me. I was making plenty of money and all of a sudden I realized I was doing, and I said, holy shit, I need some help. I talked to a guy who was in construction, a friend of mine that did it for a long time. He's a billionaire. The guy was like, that was stupid. I'm like, stupid. I had to learn what I did wrong. And if I would have consulted early on, I wouldn't have made those mistakes and I would have had millions of dollars more. And look, it's not about having millions of dollars. It's about being happy in life, right? It's about being successful. If you got $1 million or you got $2 million or $10 million, everybody in the chat right now is going to be happy, right? Like no one's out here thinking, I need $100 million to be happy. Everyone in the chat will do really, really well right now if you were to make an extra $100,000 a year, right? Something like that. And so that's the whole point of the show today. By the way, people in the chat right now, I'm going to do a gifted membership. I know we did something a little different today. So, instead of getting all the craziness in and a specific topic for the Mesa Mob today, people were like, oh, what's he talking about? Instead of coming and running to a certain specific point that was happening. But I want to drop it out there in the chat right now. A lucky member got gifted a membership for joining our show today. AR Steels is in the building. We appreciate you joining our show. We love having you in here.
Make some noise!
So look, at the end of the day, instead of diving into all these other topics, I'm going to do another show on this as we get further into with the Mesa Mob, start getting more people in. It's Friday. A lot of people are traveling. A lot of people are doing a lot of shit. I agree with that. Jay Sharp, what's going on? Jeff Lee said, money don't make you happy, but it helps. I agree 1,000%. People in the live stream right now, the number one thing I want you to do, okay, if you're watching this right now, take a look at your friends. And even if not your best friends, take a look at your friends, right? What are they doing on a daily basis? That's probably what you're doing. If they're getting up and they ain't doing shit, you're probably not doing shit. If they're getting up and they're chasing it and I'm talking friends that you talk to on a daily basis. Friends that you put on the phone and you have those conversations with. Friends that you're like, yo, what's going on? Like, yo, come over today, come over tomorrow. Like, barbecue, come to our house. Those people that you're talking to, if they're making money, I guarantee you in 1 year from now, if you spend a lot more time with them, hanging out, asking questions, I bet you in 1 year from now, you're making a lot of money because you only have one choice. It's get up and do the right shit or get up and do the wrong shit. And your financial success will come from how smart you are. And that's why I put up all this stuff today in the new era. The younger generation's making all this money doing shit that you don't even understand. My son came to me yesterday. He was on my YouTube channel. I walked in his room. He said, hey, Dad, I'm on your YouTube channel. I just subscribed to hit the notification bell. I didn't even know that he even knew. First off, he's been saying subscribe. Brandon's been saying subscribe on a daily basis. Subscribe to the channel. Even yesterday, he says to me, hey, Dad, I'm on your YouTube channel. I subscribed and I hit the notification bell. So when you go now, he said, he didn't say it like we would say. He didn't say, hey, when you're talking live, he said, I hit the notification bell, so when you talk, I'm going to know. That's what he said. And that was pretty much to the point. When you talk, I'm going to know. My son just turned 8 years old, and he wants to make a YouTube channel so bad, and I won't let him do it just yet because the problem is a lot of shit's going on YouTube. People say some shit. So that is the problem. We got to keep him a little bit under track here until he gets a little older. But let me read some stuff right here. People Mama said, we lost a lot of friends when my husband got sick in 2014. Is that right? Pippa Mama, did you lost friends because you stopped hanging out with them? Is that what was happening? Or was it a burden for them? Was it a burden to do what you had to do? What was the reason behind that? Will I Am said, I'm smart, just in the wrong way. Look, people coming in here right now, I know how you're feeling. That's why I'm going to get on here real quick this morning and have a quick conversation. Introduce the finance to the platform. Some people come on, hear what we're talking about. I promise you, this will be something that people will start to look at again. When we bring up finance, we bring up real estate, bring up all these things. Real estate crashes, going up and down. It's sports entertainment, right? But we have to get into the media, the reality of life as well on a daily basis. That's why this is so important. People in the chat, if you want to learn how to file a business, if there's a business you want to start, you need my help, let me know. I will help you. Send me a message, even on Instagram. You can send me a direct message. You could put it in here. Listen, join the freaking email list. If you guys are watching right now, I'm going to send some blast emails on a daily basis so you guys know some updates. Go on the website, BrandonMasonShow.com, and put your email in the email list so we could send those out. It's super important to get on there in the mornings. And I'm going to send those out. So when you wake up in the morning, you get the email blast, let you know what we're talking about. And if you're in the Mason mob, you are going to start getting YouTube updates that will go right to you immediately. Yes, I'm willing to help anybody in here. Money, I got you. I got you. Trust me, I can help you out. James said, people just use you if you are kind. Sad, but true. And look, I got you. Money, how to get customers. I like that. How do you get customers? I would break this stuff down. And no, it's so funny. When you're on YouTube, right, and you start talking, you do sports every day, all of a sudden your sports, you got all these people watching. Then if you do games, all of a sudden you got people watching. Every time you hit a certain topic, if you keep hitting it, we talk about Trump and all that, you get a lot of people watching. I know what I'm talking about in this, and I want to help you guys out, I promise you. And I'm going to start having people live call-ins. Money, I would love for you to call in when we have it set up on a split screen. You'll come in, and we'll just say, hey, break it down. And you start telling us about where you're working and what's going on with the money, and I'm going to help you do this. And I promise you, I'm going to give you the ultimate advice that I can give you and provide that so you can start moving in the right direction. I'm telling you, it is easy shit, people. It is so easy. When I talk to billionaires, the same person making $1 million or the same person making $1 billion, those people just took way more. They took more risk, right? Like if you're making a lot, you can keep risking and you can take your ass bankrupt, right? Or you can make a lot and you can stay right there and just cruise right there and be happy. People that take risk, that's what takes a millionaire to a billionaire, is just risk. How do you go from 300,000-400,000 to $1 million? Just risk. How do you go from 50,000, 80,000? Maybe a job improvement, right? Like you make 50 grand. I got an increase in my pay, now I'm making 80, or I got another job making 80. Like that's that. But to go to where you have financial freedom, right? You're going to see on here, I'm going to have a thumbnail next week. It'll just say financial freedom, and we're going to dive into it more. This was just a quick synopsis, just to touch base on a couple things. That's why you see on here, making money in this economy, different opportunities, right? The trades, money in the new era. You go to the checkouts, they don't have people working there. It's like computers. The impact of inflation, taking negative to positive because shit costs so much. Maybe it could be an opportunity to find out where you can get a product cheap and the cost to buy it is so much more. There's all these different opportunities. People are like, well, if you buy it, it's going to cost more to buy and sell. It's not always like that. I'm telling you, it's not always like that. I'm going to give you some opportunities in a live stream. I have another setup. Guys, if you're on this channel right now, subscribe. I'm going to randomly go live. I have a new studio that's being built out, but I have another home studio. I'm going to randomly go live with topics and just conversation that I want to give to you guys. Say something happens, I want to go live right now and talk about it. I go live at 10 o'clock every day, but I want to be able to pop on there live. And what motivates us to do that is when people are in there experiencing what we're talking about. Michael Wilbur said AI versus humans. That's what it is. We're going to talk about AI. We're going to talk about all that. Lisa, thank you for today's show. Very inspiring, helpful. I appreciate hearing everything you said today. I promise you there's so much more to give you guys. I didn't go into a full detailed synopsis. I want to introduce to you guys that I will be bringing this to the channel. Sports entertainment. Obviously, because we cover all the political stuff, we will be diving into what's going on with financial freedom and money because I want people in the Mason Mob, people that are in the show today, people that are part of what we do. Jay Sharp said the Mason Mob, appreciate you as well.
Make some noise!
And guys, if you're watching us live right now on the platform, you want to join the show, it's $1 a month. You can join. There's other opportunities. I'll close the poll. Thank you, Pippa Mama. There's other opportunities where you can join. I believe it's like $4 a month for live call-ins all the time and all that. But you can just join for $1 a month. I'm still going to help you guys out. Come into the chat. I greatly appreciate what you guys do. Thanks for coming in today and hanging out with me. It's Friday, so I want to give you a quick little touch on what we're doing, a little introduction of what this channel is going to start doing. I want people to know that we're going to kind of hit all those topics. So this can be the place for you guys to go in the mornings. Something crazy happens at night, we'll talk about it in the morning. If things are coming, new inspiration, things are coming, political, sports, entertainment, we're going to bring it right here because we kind of want to mainstream some stuff and bring it all right here on this platform with live guests and all that. So I appreciate you guys so much. Let me read this. Lisa Lindsay said, we'd love to be a part of the Mason Mob, but broke as a single mom. Listen, all you got to do, if you don't have the money for the Mason Mob, it's $1 a month. Send me on Instagram, send me a direct message on Instagram, okay? And I'll send you the dollar for the Mason Mob. I'm giving people out free. I can't on here. It generates it automatically, and I can't select. But if you send me a direct message on Instagram, and go on my profile. You see Mesa Mob. I will send you the $1 for the month. You'll be in the Mesa Mob, and we'll move forward. I appreciate you guys. All love and respect to you. I got to sign off today. It's Friday. I'm going to hang out with the family. Make sure you guys do that. It was good to introduce a couple little new ideas, understanding to the show to make sure we do that. If you're in the chat right now, I love and appreciate you guys, and see you guys Monday morning for the show at 10 a.m. Do not miss it. Come in early, people. If you're watching, Bruce, Lisa, James, Jay Sharp, Pitbull Mama, Sean, Jeff Lee. Jeff Lee, you're always here early. Nathan, always here early. Money. Will I Am, getting here early. Come at 9:55. We start the conversation early in the live stream, and then we started early at 9:55, and 10 starts the countdown. But if you're 9:55, I can talk with you right here. RB, appreciate you. Come at 9:55. I appreciate you guys. Wilbur, got you. In the chat, love and appreciate you. Come at 9:55. We'll start 10. And if you need anything from me, yes, Bruce, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're on the West Coast, it's 7 a.m. Get in here at the time, please. It's so important because it gets everybody in here, and I'll make sure that I connect with you guys in the live stream. If you need anything from me, you want to connect, Instagram, Brandon Mason Show, add me on there. I will be uploading live with short stuff today, entertainment stuff, and adding this to the new setup as we go live randomly in the show. See you guys Monday morning at 10 a.m. Have a great rest of your weekend. See you guys soon.
Cherry, and it's just super refreshing. It's so much fun because we just really try to elevate the experience every single time, bring in new vendors, new life, new experiences for the people that are coming to the track.
Oh, and let's not forget about the dishes that'll make you canter back for seconds.
Behind us, you see we're going to do some nice carb ham. We have truffles in-house. We have caviar in-house. So this one's wine and tapas. So we're just going to do nice little bites of different items. We have some local seafood on there, some seafood that's flown in, as well as caviar, lobster tails.